Baylen Dupree declared the true ambassador of the Tourette's community. In a world that often misunderstands and misrepresents neurodiversity, one voice has risen above the noise to bring clarity, compassion, and community to a condition many still struggle to understand: Tourette syndrome. That voice belongs to Baylen Dupree, a content creator, advocate, and now a powerful symbol of empowerment. With her raw honesty, unfiltered moments, and contagious energy, Baylen has not only brought global attention to Tourette's, but has redefined what it means to live out loud, literally and figuratively. Tourette syndrome, TS, is a neurological condition characterized by involuntary movements and vocalizations known as tics. It's often misunderstood and stigmatized, especially in a society that tends to label what it doesn't understand. For decades, media portrayals of Tourette's have leaned into stereotypes, often focusing on its more extreme symptoms or using it as comic relief. But Baylen Dupree, a young woman from West Virginia, has taken her diagnosis and transformed it into a platform of education, awareness, and inspiration. Baylen first gained widespread attention through social media platforms like TikTok, where her unapologetically authentic videos showcased her daily experiences living with Tourette's. While many may have come for the entertainment or curiosity, they stayed for her courage, vulnerability, and the unshakable positivity she brings to every post. Baylen didn't just document her tics, she explained them, contextualized them, and humanized them. Her openness became a gateway for millions to better understand the complexities of TS and its emotional toll. What sets Baylen apart as an ambassador isn't just her diagnosis, it's her approach to advocacy. Rather than focusing solely on the challenges, she brings light to the joy, humor, and strength within the Tourette's community. She uses her platform to dismantle myths, like the assumption that everyone with TS experiences coprolalia, involuntary swearing, and highlights the wide range of experiences people with the condition face. She invites her audience into her life with vulnerability, sharing both the good days and the tough ones, making her voice not only relatable but also revolutionary. Baylen's impact extends far beyond the screen. She has become a beacon for young people, especially girls, with Tourette's who rarely see themselves represented. Her influence creates space for difficult conversations and fosters a sense of belonging for those who have felt isolated by their condition. Her fans, often referred to as the Baylenators, are a community of supporters, allies, and fellow individuals with Tourette's who feel seen and celebrated because of her bravery. She's also been instrumental in challenging how society perceives neurodiversity. In a time where inclusivity is a growing movement, Baylen's candid portrayal of life with TS reminds us that true inclusion involves embracing the unpredictable, the misunderstood, and the non-conforming. Her advocacy calls for empathy, patience, and most importantly, respect for differences. Baylen's courage has opened doors not only for herself, but for the entire Tourette's community. She's partnered with organizations, participated in awareness campaigns, and used her rising influence to fundraise and amplify the voices of others. She's proof that lived experience is one of the most powerful tools in advocacy. She educates with grace, entertains with honesty, and leads with compassion. Her success is not without challenges. The internet can be a cruel place, especially for those who dare to be different. Baylen has faced criticism, mockery, and even disbelief about the authenticity of her condition. But her response has always been the same: resilience. Instead of shrinking under scrutiny, she's used it as fuel to further her mission. Every negative comment becomes a reason to educate. Every misinformed opinion becomes an opportunity for growth. Baylen's skin may be thick, but her heart remains wide open. What makes Baylen the true ambassador of the Tourette's community is that she never asked for the title, she earned it. Through consistent advocacy, creative storytelling, and an unshakable sense of self, she's become a role model for thousands. Her journey proves that advocacy doesn't require a podium, sometimes it just needs a phone, a story, and a willingness to speak the truth, no matter how loud or unpredictable it may be. Her motto might as well be "Live Out Loud," because that's exactly what she does, figuratively in her fearless transparency, and literally in the vocal nature of her condition. Baylen refuses to be silenced or sidelined by Tourette's. Instead, she has redefined it as a unique part of her identity, one that brings her strength, community, and purpose. As awareness around mental health and neurodiversity continues to grow, figures like Baylen are essential. They bridge the gap between clinical definitions and real human experiences. They make it easier for the next generation to grow up with self-acceptance. And they remind the rest of us that differences aren't just to be tolerated, they are to be celebrated. Baylen Dupree's voice may tick, but it also teaches. It breaks barriers, builds community, and boldly declares that living with Tourette's is not something to be hidden, but something to be heard. Through her daily courage, she embodies what it means to be an ambassador, not just in name, but in action. For the Tourette's community, and for anyone who's ever felt misunderstood, Baylen is more than an influencer. She's a force of nature, and she's only just getting started. Baylen Dupree reveals being suicidal. Baylen Dupree, a familiar name in the world of TikTok and social media, is known for her vibrant energy and humorous takes on everyday life. With millions of followers watching her content daily, her videos often radiate joy, chaos, and relatability. Yet beneath the surface of the digital persona lies a story of struggle, vulnerability, and resilience that many fans never saw coming. Recently, Baylen bravely opened up about one of the darkest periods in her life, admitting that she has battled suicidal thoughts. Her revelation came as a shock to many. The world sees influencers through a filtered lens, laughing, thriving, and seemingly living their best lives. But what Baylen shared sheds light on a harsh truth. Mental health issues do not discriminate, and fame does not shield one from pain. Baylen has long been transparent about her experience with Tourette syndrome, a neurological disorder characterized by involuntary movements and vocalizations. Her candor and humor in handling her tics have earned her admiration and empathy across platforms. However, what wasn't visible to many was the immense emotional toll that came with being so publicly vulnerable, especially at such a young age. In her emotional disclosure, Baylen explained that the pressure of constant scrutiny, the misunderstandings around her condition, and the challenge of maintaining a public image began to wear her down. The negativity, bullying, and insensitive comments she received online contributed heavily to a deep sense of loneliness and despair. Despite having a supportive fan base, the darker corners of the internet, often ruthless and dehumanizing, pushed her mental health to the brink. For someone constantly in the spotlight, there is rarely room to break down, especially for influencers who gain fame at a young age. Baylen found herself expected to be a source of entertainment and positivity, even on days when getting out of bed felt like a battle. The emotional labor of performing happiness while privately suffering became overwhelming. Admitting to suicidal thoughts is an incredibly difficult and courageous act. It's not just about acknowledging the pain, but about reclaiming the narrative and choosing to be honest, even if it risks judgment. Baylen's decision to speak openly about her mental health marks an important moment, not only for her personal healing, but also for her fans and followers who may be fighting silent battles of their own. In her message, Baylen emphasized that she no longer wanted to hide behind a facade. She expressed a desire to be more authentic, not just the funny, high-energy girl with tics, but also someone who struggles, cries, feels lost, and asks for help. That vulnerability resonated deeply with many who have faced similar thoughts but lacked the courage or platform to speak. Social media is often a double-edged sword. It can provide connection, support, and community, but it can also become a breeding ground for comparison, unrealistic expectations, and emotional burnout. For creators like Baylen, whose lives are lived publicly, the pressure can be immense. When fans look up to you, when brands rely on you, and when strangers think they know you, it's easy to lose sight of who you really are. Baylen's story is also a powerful reminder of the importance of mental health advocacy. Her openness encourages broader conversations about what it means to truly support one another, both online and offline. It's not enough to like a post or comment, "Stay strong," after someone shares their pain. Real support looks like listening, educating ourselves, checking in, and holding space for others. Moreover, Baylen's revelation has the potential to change how people view neurological conditions like Tourette syndrome. Many individuals with Tourette's are misunderstood or mocked, especially online. By sharing the mental and emotional challenges she has faced, Baylen is helping to humanize the experience, reminding people that behind every condition is a full, complex person who deserves dignity, understanding, and love. Her journey is far from over. Healing is rarely linear, and there will be days that are harder than others. But Baylen has taken a powerful first step by speaking her truth, by refusing to let shame silence her, and by showing others that vulnerability is not weakness but strength. In the wake of her revelation, fans and fellow creators rallied around her with messages of support. Many shared their own struggles, thanking Baylen for giving voice to what they couldn't express. Her courage sparked a wave of honesty and openness that extended beyond her platform, touching people in quiet corners of the internet who now feel a little less alone. It's important to acknowledge that mental health battles require more than just encouragement. They require professional support, safe environments, and ongoing care. Baylen has expressed that she is seeking help, working with professionals, and taking steps to prioritize her well-being. She urges her followers to do the same, emphasizing that asking for help is not a sign of failure but a necessary act of self-love. Baylen Dupree's decision to come forward about her suicidal thoughts is a reminder that we never truly know what someone is going through. Her honesty cuts through the illusion of social media perfection and offers a glimpse into the real